Hey, Star Trend HQ fam, you won't believe the drama that's been bubbling under the surface all these years. Rihanna, our billionaire bad gal, is finally let loose and is telling her truth about Beyonce's Abacusabitchachidikizuli and some shocking things she went through back in the day. And y'all, this tea is not lukewarm, it's boiling. Ice fire, so let's rewind the clock and dig deep into the drama that's got the internet spinning. Rihanna accuses Beyoncé of betrayal. Rihanna has just given everyone a reason to stop and say, wait, what? She came out recently and dropped some major tea about why her relationship with Beyoncé went from love to straight up silence. You see, everyone used to wonder why Beyoncé and Rihanna never worked together. I mean, they were both close to Jay-Z, right? So why not collab? Well, according to what's now coming out, it seems Rihanna didn't stay quiet because of random beef. She stayed quiet because something really messy went down. Rihanna is now saying that Beyoncé was not the sisterly figure she pretended to be. Instead of protecting her, Beyoncé allegedly helped cover up for Diddy and even tried to bring Rihanna into his world of those so-called freakoff parties. Yes, you heard that right. Freakoffs. These are those rumored wild parties that Diddy allegedly throws, with dark and shady stuff going on behind closed doors. And according to Rihanna, Beyoncé wasn't just aware of these parties, she was allegedly helping to invite others in, including Rihanna herself. Now imagine being young, new to the music game, and looking up to Beyoncé as your idol. Rihanna once called Beyoncé her biggest inspiration. But instead of support, Rihanna says she felt betrayed, like Beyoncé was working with the people who were hurting her behind the scenes. Rihanna's early struggles with Jay-Z. Now let's go even further back. Rihanna first came into the industry when she was just a teenager, like 17 years old. She met Jay-Z during her early music career, and while it seemed like a dream come true, Rihanna says things weren't right from the start. According to her, Jay-Z made inappropriate moves on her while she was still a minor. She claims he locked her in his office and wouldn't let her leave until she signed a deal with him. That's terrifying. She was young, alone, and just trying to chase her dream. She's her dream. Instead of being treated with kindness and professionalism, she felt cornered and pressured. So when she turned to Beyoncé, thinking she'd find comfort or a big sister vibe, she found the exact opposite. Rihanna reportedly told Beyoncé about what happened with Jay-Z, hoping to find an ally. But Beyoncé, instead of standing up for her, supposedly sided with Jay-Z and Diddy. That hurt Rihanna deeply. Can you imagine looking up to someone and then realizing they're just as involved, or at least supportive, of the same people hurting you? That betrayal changed everything between them. And from that point on, their relationship wasn't the same. Rihanna slowly distanced herself from Beyoncé, and the love she once had started to fade. The infamous cheesecake incident. Now, let's shift gears a bit, because this next part is just wild and shows how deep this web goes. You remember Making the Band, right? That old MTV show where Diddy made aspiring artists do all kinds of crazy stuff to prove they had what it took to make it in the music world. Well, Freddie P., one of the members from the groupie DA band, just spilled some long-hidden tea. He revealed that one of the most humiliating moments on the show, the time they were made to walk 4 hours on foot to get a slice of cheesecake, wasn't even Diddy's idea. Nope. According to Freddie, that cheesecake was for Beyoncé, and she's the one who told Diddy to make them walk to get it. Let that sink in. We always thought Diddy was the one making them walk to prove a point, or just to break them. But Freddie is now saying that Beyoncé was the one who requested the cheesecake, and instead of sending her own team to pick it up, she let Diddy send those poor boys out on foot for hours. All of it was filmed and put on national TV just to humiliate them. And get this. When they finally got back with the cheesecake, Diddy didn't even hide it. He straight up said, "Hey, take that upstairs to Beyoncé." Flushed face now. Wouldn't you expect Beyoncé to feel bad knowing young guys walked across New York for her dessert? You'd think she'd feel guilty, right? But Freddie said she didn't care at all. She just enjoyed the cheesecake and went on like it was nothing. This moment opened a lot of people's eyes. It showed that Beyoncé wasn't just a bystander. She had power, and she was using it in some questionable ways. Private party with DaBaby. Now let's fast forward to a private party at Diddy's mansion in LA, because this is where things get even more suspect. Rapper DaBaby told a story about being invited to one of Diddy's parties. Everything seemed normal at first, but as the night went on and the crowd thinned out, Diddy reportedly kicked almost everyone out, except for a select few. Guess who stayed? Jay-Z, Beyoncé, Diddy, and Da Baby. That's when things got awkward. Da Baby says Beyoncé came up to him personally and introduced herself in a way that caught him off guard. I mean, come on, she's Beyoncé. Of course, everyone in that room already knows who she is. But she allegedly approached Da Baby all flirty, talking to him in a suggestive way. It was so weird, especially since Jay-Z was right there. Now, according to industry insider Jaguar Wright, this wasn't just a casual meet and greet. She says this was actually part of a freak-off meeting. Beyoncé was allegedly trying to seduce DaBaby into joining this twisted world that Diddy had created, where celebrities and newcomers alike were lured into doing things behind closed doors, often in return for power, fame, or loyalty. If what Jaguar is saying is true, it means Beyoncé wasn't just standing by. She was participating. Jaguar Wright's accusations. Speaking of Jaguar Wright, let's talk about her. Jaguar has been calling out the music industry for years. She's exposed a lot of shady stuff, and while some people brushed her off at first, a lot of what she said has been confirmed or echoed by others later. Jaguar recently came out swinging, saying that Beyoncé has been involved in these freak-off circles for a long time. According to her, Beyoncé plays a big role in this strange power game that Diddy allegedly runs, helping to bring new people in and keep things quiet. She even referred to Beyoncé as a kind of a madam, someone who uses her fame and influence to attract other stars, making them feel special or wanted, and then slowly pulling them into this dark underworld of manipulation and control. Jaguar says this is all part of the bigger machine in the music industry, a system that protects certain people, silences others, and uses fame as a weapon. So now, when we look back at Rihanna's story and her decision to back away from Beyoncé, it all starts to make sense. Rihanna saw something. She felt something. And instead of playing along or keeping quiet, she walked away. But the more people dig into this story, the more it seems like Beyoncé's clean image might not be the full truth. Rihanna's refusal and the anti-album sabotage. So here's what reportedly happened. Rihanna, after seeing the shady side of the industry, said no. She didn't want to be part of those secret freak-off gatherings hosted by Diddy and allegedly joined by Beyoncé and Jay-Z. She wanted out. But not long after she made it clear that she wouldn't play along, something strange happened. Rihanna's long-awaited album Anti got leaked, and not just anywhere. It was leaked on Tidal, which just happens to be a streaming platform owned by Beyoncé and Jay-Z. Now, isn't that suspicious? Imagine working on an album for years, pouring your soul into every song, only for it to be leaked early by the very platform connected to the people you just distanced yourself from. That's not a coincidence. That's sabotage. Because of the leak, Rihanna was forced to release Anti earlier than planned. She had to rush it. There was no rollout, no proper promo, just damage control. And what's even more shocking, Beyoncé's album Lemonade dropped around the same time, and it got all the attention. While Anti struggled to hit 124,000 copies in its first week, Lemonade exploded with 653,000. Flushed Collision people started talking. Was this a setup? Was Rihanna being punished for stepping away from the circle? Was this Beyoncé's silent way of saying a stay in your place? It's giving a revenge of the industry elite. Feud becomes public now after the leak and the competition between albums. It was clear Rihanna and Beyoncé were no longer friends. No more pretending. No more fake smiles. The feud was public at the Tidal press conference, again owned by Beyoncé and Jay-Z. Both stars were present, but insiders said they didn't speak to each other. They didn't stand near each other. They didn't even make eye contact. The whole event had to be carefully choreographed so they wouldn't run into each other. And then Beyoncé dropped her single Bow Down. This song had fans shook. The same woman who used to preach at girls run the world has suddenly switched up and started telling women to bow down. It felt like a slap in the face, especially to Rihanna. People believed Beyoncé was sending a subliminal message, like she was claiming the crown and shading the girls who dared challenge her. Rihanna's fans saw it as an attack. How do you go from empower women to bow down? Just like that? Even critics called her out for being a hypocrite. It was like she flipped her whole image just to take shots at someone. And that someone looked a lot like Rihanna. Jay-Z and Rihanna rumors explode. Now let's dig into one of the messiest rumors in this entire story. A long time ago, rumors started floating around that Rihanna was having an affair with Jay-Z. At the time, Rihanna was new to the industry, and Jay-Z was already a big name. The rumor went viral, but here's the shocker. It wasn't started by the media or jealous fans. It was started by Rihanna's own publicist. Yes, her publicist admitted to starting the rumor on purpose, hoping it would help boost sales for her breakout single Pon de Replay. He later called it a PR stunt done out of desperation. But here's the thing. Even after he confessed, people didn't believe it was fake. Not after everything Rihanna revealed about her first meeting with Jay-Z. According to Rihanna, when she was 17 years old, she auditioned for Jay-Z and things got weird. She said he locked her in his office and told her she wasn't leaving until she signed the deal. And this wasn't just a figure of speech. She said he told her there were only two ways out: through the door with a signed deal or through the window. And y'all, they were on the 29th floor. Duck's floor. Flushed face that's not just pressure, that's straight up scary. Now imagine going through that as a teenager, then finding out that Beyoncé isn't standing up for you, but instead allegedly working with Jay-Z and Diddy behind closed doors. That's probably when Rihanna knew the industry was dirtier than she thought. And if Jay-Z did have an inappropriate interest in her, it would explain why Beyoncé felt threatened, or why their relationship turned cold once Rihanna's star started rising. Music industry pressure, so let's talk about why Rihanna started stepping away from music. On the outside, it looked like she was just focusing on her beauty brand Fenty and enjoying her billionaire lifestyle. But now, fans are seeing a different side to the story. Rihanna didn't just leave music for business reasons. She left to protect herself. From everything she went through, from Jay-Z's shady deal to Beyoncé's cold shoulder to Diddy's freakoff parties, Rihanna saw too much. And she didn't want any part of it anymore. The industry was toxic. The people at the top were not who they appeared to be. And the ones who refused to play along, they got sabotaged. Silenced or pushed to the side, Rihanna wasn't going to let that happen to her. Instead of fighting back, she chose to walk away quietly and make her money on her own terms. That's why we haven't seen her on stage or in a studio much. Not because she's lazy, but because she's free and she's not about to sell her soul to get another hit record. Public reacts to the tea now. Here's where the fans come in. After all this tea started spilling online, people began putting two and two together. The biggest question, why haven't Beyoncé and Rihanna ever collaborated? They're two of the most powerful, talented, and successful women in the world. Both tied to Jay-Z, both dominating the charts. And yet, not even one song together? That's not normal. That's intentional. One fan said, the fact that Rihanna and Beyoncé have not done a song together speaks volumes. That tells it all. Another wrote, come on, Beyoncé knows what Jay is like. She knows her man likes them young. Jay definitely messed with Rihanna. And honestly, with all this information, it's hard to ignore the truth. The silence between them, the tension, the shady album leaks, the twisted power plays. It's all connected, and the more we dig, the more disturbing it gets. But the real question is, what else is hiding behind the glitz and glam of the industry? Let us know what you think in the comments section. That's it for now, and thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel for many more celebrity updates like this. Coming soon. Peace and have a nice day. Waving movie sparkles.